Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Brooklyn Grammy. I'm sorry I haven't been on, but I've been a little busy. But today we're going to be talking about how to make brownie cookies from Brownie Mix. Now, I've been making brownie cookies for many years from Brownie Mix, and I was a little surprised when people didn't realize that I was making them out of Brownie Mix. They hadn't realized, like for example, on this Trader Joe's truffle baking mix, it says made with Dutch cocoa and chocolate chips. They didn't realize there's a recipe right on the side of the box, which is very easy. A pack of mix, a large egg, a stick of butter. This is Ghirardelli brownie mix. This is the double chocolate mix. Now they have a mix that's with walnuts. It's like a chocolate with walnuts brownies mix. It's very hard to find. I don't know why. I went online and they sell it at Walmart, but there's no Walmart by me. But they're the ones that had the original brownie cookie recipe that I used many years ago. Now, when I did find it, again, like 5 years ago, they had a different recipe on the box, but I had saved the recipe from the original box. So this one, see, it's called Chocolate Overload Cookies. And this one you use the walnut brownie mix, which it says here, a stick of butter softened, an egg, and then it says a half a cup of white chips and a half a cup of chocolate chips. That's if you want to, you know. I have people in my family who are allergic to nuts, so I would omit the nuts. You could omit the white chocolate chips and add, you know, an extra cup of chocolate chips or whatever. But in this case, I'm going to hold this up for a second so you can see it in case you want to write it down. Right? And anyway, when you watch the video, you can just pause the video, right? So that's the original recipe. So because this particular brownie mix is the double chocolate with chocolate chips, I didn't add anything except one egg and a stick of butter because it's basically the same recipe as on this Trader Joe's box. Now, the reason why I made two different brownie mixes is because I want you to see the difference. This brownie mix with the Dutch cocoa is a richer, darker chocolate. I'm sorry, my eyes always go all over the place. It's a darker chocolate for those of you who like the darker chocolate. And this has more of a, I want to say milk chocolate, although this recipe doesn't say milk chocolate. It's premium double chocolate brownie mix. So it's not really milk chocolate, but it's different from the Trader Joe's. And I'm going to show you because I've already mixed everything. I already put one egg and a stick of butter, one egg and a stick of butter. And then I mixed it. And because everything was at room temperature, I put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes. Because the one thing you could do when it's at room temperature, you know, you could take 2 spoons and mix out, measure out the mix. But I like to, for the mix to be a little bit harder because I like to ball it. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, because then the cookies come out nice and round, and you can make, you know, put ice cream in the center and put 2 cookies together, kind of like a sandwich, an ice cream sandwich, or just, you know, the cookies are more uniform. And in my experience with children, you know, he got the bigger cookie, she got the smaller cookie, she got whatever. So to avoid that, sometimes I like to, you know, ball them, and then I put a little indentation in the center, which I'll show you, and then the cookies come out the same size. So I'm going to show you both things. So now this is the Trader Joe's Dutch cocoa mix. See how nice and dark that is? Nice rich looking cocoa. And then this is the Ghirardelli's mix. See the difference in color? Okay, I showed them individually. Now I'm going to show them side by side. And I just took these out of the fridge. See the difference? This one is lighter. This almost looks like German chocolate when you make a German chocolate cake. And look at how dark that is. Beautiful, both of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake some of each. And so you can see the difference. So you can see the difference between the Trader Joe's truffle baking mix, for brownie mix, and Ghirardelli. Now Ghirardelli has a lot of different mixes. I've used several mixes to make the cookies, and they all work relatively the same way, pretty good. If you can find the original mix here, the Ghirardelli walnut brownie mix at Walmart, get it, because, I mean, if you like walnuts, of course, because that's the original one that I used, and you might like that one because it already has the walnuts. Now, if you don't find this one, you could always use any other one they have and just add walnuts. Add sliced almonds if you don't like walnuts. Add, what it says on the recipe, the white chocolate chips, extra chocolate chips, whatever you want, but it makes a really nice, rich cookie, and so does this. But like I said, this is a darker, richer chocolate for those of you who like dark chocolate, and this is the more regular, for lack of a better word, term, chocolate. So here we go. So I just take 2 spoons. Here's my pan, well-used pan. And these generally take 10 to 12 minutes, 11 to 12 minutes. Let's see what this one says. This one says 11 to 13 minutes. That's for the Ghirardelli. And for the Trader Joe's, it says 12 to 14 minutes. Now what I do is I always use the lower time, so I would put it in for 11 minutes, then I look at it, see how the cookies look. If they look baked, because you don't want to over bake them, then they get hard, like right out of the oven, which you don't want. So I generally use the lower temperature. So I am going to put them on the cookie sheet, and I'll show you what I mean by, what I was talking about. Okay. So this is the Trader Joe's truffle. Take like a medium-sized amount right there, and then I just, with the other spoon, I just take it off and put it on the sheet. Take it off and put it on the sheet. All I'm doing is sliding it off, right? Now I'm going to do the same thing. And you notice that I used 2 different bowls because I was afraid to mix them up. Although, I mean, you can see, you can't mix them up because the color is so different. So I'm going to take some Ghirardelli with the spoon. A little Ghirardelli. Put it there. Now you notice I'm wearing gloves because I'm going to, do the cookies like I said about, making them into little balls, and I don't like to put my hands, especially if you're cooking for other people, and for myself, I don't want to, I don't like to get stuff in my nails, and it's been scientifically proven that hands are dirtier than sometimes, the backside, and that's because of the nails. The nails hold a lot of junk. So, okay, so we're gonna take. And this is, okay, see, medium, put it on the glove, right? Then I just go like this, making a little ball, make a little indentation, see, little indentation, put it on the cookie sheet. A little ball and a little indentation, and this could have probably, well, it's because it's been sitting out here, while I was preparing to talk to you guys. It's still a little soft, but that's because it's been sitting out. You can put it in the refrigerator and you can gauge it, 15, 20 minutes, whatever you think it could take. For it to have a little bit of hold, for it not to be so loose. For the mix. See, same thing here. Making 2, up here, little indentation. Put it on the sheet. Now, I've never used any kind of editing Oh, I just realized that I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have my back to you. But I've never used any kind of editing software. Again, little ball, little indentation, and put it on the sheet. I've never used any editing software before. Today I'll be using an editing software, and I kind of checked it out, and I didn't really like the way the colors look. So when you see my video, because I'm going to stop in a second so I could put the cookies in the oven and, you know, give them the 11 minutes or 12 minutes, whatever it is, and come back. But if you see that maybe this video may not be as sharp or the colors are a little off, it's because I'm using this editing software, and it's a free software, so it's not, you know, top notch, but it's just because I'm going to sew together 2 videos. So I will see you in a little bit. I will see you probably like 11. Well, I mean, obviously you're not going to see the time, but I'll be back in about 15 minutes when the cookies are out of the oven. There go my gloves in the garbage, and I will see you soon.